Jess from Aro-Tarot here, and today is the 6th day, and I'm also doing tomorrow's, and I don't know when this is going up, though. If I'll edit it, I don't know, I might want to draw. Just putting the video together, who knows. But today is day 6, and then I'm also doing day 7 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. And for day 6, it is the deck. You finally crossed off your wish list in 2018, which I'm mentioning too. And then day 7 is your most worked with tarot deck in 2018 and why. And like day 7, it's kind of like an obvi why it was my most worked with deck. Like it obvi, like really obvious. So there's not much to talk about there. So, and I didn't want to like. I didn't calculate what would be like the second one that I used the most. I probably could have done that, but I didn't. I didn't think to. But yeah, so it was kind of an obvious one. So I thought I'd just do both days together. You know, just slam them together. That way I can also get to filming day 8. Before the 8th at least too. Especially since I kind of want to do another like drawing thing for that day because like it's not really you can show anything for a wish list, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, day 6, the decks I crossed off my wish list, and like there is one that's like yes. Don't fault this. I have done that before. I have fallen out of this chair because I leaned too far back. I think there was one time I fell out sideways too because I went to reach for something. And that one only happened I think a month ago. I'm close. But yes, the one was like literally like still leaning back for dramatic emphasis. Yes! And then the other one was also still one that I don't keep a wish list anymore. There was too many decks on the wish list. So instead I just kind of keep them bookmarked and then usually I already have one in mind when I'm like, deck, you know, so. But that one I did want to get for like a while, I just hadn't gotten it, so. Figured I would do both of them, you know. Okay, so, the main one I crossed off my wish list, which like, it was kind of like, the year before, for, what was that? That would have been the Christmas of 2017. I was able to get the Dragon Age Inquisition Tarot. And that was like literally a deck that like I wanted. Like a lot. And I was like, man, you know, if only I read tarot. And then like I learned how to read tarot and then that like, this is so much beautiful artwork just turned into I need. You know, especially, like, the Tower card in that deck, like, I just love when you get, like, I mean, the game's been out for years, but, like, spoiler, when you get to the end of the game, like, Solus leaves the party, and then his card changes to what the Tower card is in the deck, and it's like, that card is so beautiful, and I love it, you know. Also, really excited for Dragon Age 4. Yes, Solus, I have questions. First off, how dare you? I really like Solus as a character, though. Like, as an antagonist, like, gotta love those Hufflepuff antagonists, you know what I'm saying? But that was probably, like, there was that deck, and there was only one other deck that were like out of print that I really, really wanted. Like, OMGG, if I could get this deck, I will be the happiest person ever. And for this one, I didn't know if I would ever get it. 'Cause it also has been out of print for a long time. And it also, that means that it costs more too. I found one for reasonable price, and like then there was also the worry that because during its 20th anniversary there was a reprint, and the reprint, from what I heard, the reprint cardstock was absolute garbage. So I wanted the actual one, the one that came out this year would be 24 years ago since I'm turning 24 and it came out the year that I was born. So I wanted the original first printing, like, not the 20th anniversary one, you know, so I was like, I gotta look at these pictures, I gotta make sure that I'm getting the deck, you know, I wanna make sure that I'm not, like, gonna get ripped off or something, you know, and I found one, and, like, I knew it was completely legit just from the pictures, and, like, Avi, like, the reviews on the shop, and just, I was like, this is legit, can I get this for Christmas? And it was a yes, although I couldn't wait, and I ended up going like, can you just give me all my birthday presents for Christmas so I can have this deck now, please? And that's what happened, and I have it next to me because, like, I was looking at it again because I freaking love this deck, and I used it, like, I don't remember exactly, I think it came in the mail like a week before my birthday and my mom let me use it then, but I used it, like, pretty much almost every single day for, like, at least one of the tags from the challenges that I did that month. But, like, anyway, without, like, further delay, it's the Vertigo Tarot, like, yes! Like, which I currently have some of the majors out just because I was like, yo, deck, what card should I draw next? You know, kind of thing with two of my decks, so I pulled out, like, 3 majors, and I'm probably going to do this one first, so I have the Hangman currently on top, which is, Shade the, is it Changeling or is it Changing? I can't freaking remember, but specifically this one's the man, not, the new version of the character, which Mom reads the comic store. But yeah, it's just, like, all the majors are characters that are, freaking from the Vertigo comics, and, like, I read Hellblazer, and then I've also been getting Lucifer, and I do have, the Sandman volumes, but I still have to finish reading them. But yeah, just, here's the, Tower of Babel, I believe, that one was, but, like, yes, like, this deck, it's so interesting, and, like, the minors, and just how they're set up is very much kind of centered around actually, like, the creative process as well. Like, I thought that was, like, a really interesting thing, like, the reason why they're, like, in that specific order in the actual guidebook is because, like, you know, you come up with an idea, and then you, like, do this, and you do that, and it's, like, you know, like, I read the whole book in, like, a sitting because I love this so much. And, like, this deck's just so... And just, like, literally, like, comics. Literally, you know, like, it's the Vertigo Tarot. And, you know, my first deck, my favorite deck, my deck right there, which is in my bag right now, is the Justice League Tarot. And it's, like, comics. I just love this deck. It's, like... I wish I had, like, done more reading. Like, I didn't do, like, any reading in, like, November and December, and my memory is not good enough for me to think back on, like, October, but, like, I remember, like, just kind of, like, you know, like, just understanding. Like, the understanding, you know? Literally, like, Death is so pretty. She's so pretty, like, and also just having, like, Death as Death, like, is Avi, but, like, Death as a character, like, yes. But, yeah, like, this was, like, the #1 deck that I was, like, and there's, Morpheus, you know, like, the Sandman, Dream. But, yeah, just, yes, and then I have the book over here. The book, which is by, Rachel Pollack, which the artwork's by Dave McKean. But yeah, the book, like, well, first off, the actual, like, formatting of the book is, like, so cool. Like, you could just, like, wait, let me take this off real quick. That'll make it easier. You could just see, like, how, I don't know exactly, the format, the layout of, like, all the cards. They're all, like, different, and it's just, I just thought that was so cool. Yeah, I really liked this book. I've said in like for the reading, I like read this all in like a sitting because I was just, oh yes. I can't even think of like any specific cards I'd want to read from for like an example. What were some of the I don't know, like I just flipped to the devil, like here's like just a little bit from what the book is like. Which I remember, I think the beginning I really liked, but like I'm just gonna read a card. So for the devil, it's Lucifer from, Sandman, and then, like Lucifer also has his own comic book series too. I mean, I literally just said that I've been getting the Lucifer comics while they come out, and like also like Lucifer and like for the Vertigo Avi, you might know as the Lucifer from the TV show, which is like, it's like my show. I love watching Lucifer, which is also like different from the comics too. But yeah. Yeah, anyway, so like for what it says here, people who know the traditional tarot devil will recognize the horn face and even the chains in this picture. The beach chair, however, because there's a beach chair, might strike them as odd. The image comes from the Sandman. In one of the stories, Lucifer, the Lord of Hell, decides to get revenge on Morpheus for an odd slight. In most comics, this might launch a massive battle. Here, however, Lucifer has come to understand that hell is above all slavery, and even though he himself rules over hordes of demons and sufferers, the position itself has enslaved him as much as anyone else, and so he simply leaves. And for his last official acts, he sends the keys of hell to Morpheus. In many tarot decks, the Hierophant holds the keys to the kingdom of heaven, putting the Dream Lord in charge of the underworld. At the end of the story, Lucifer is last seen sitting on the beach in Australia enjoying the sunset, and so we see in this card a beach chair, and alongside it discarded chains. Instead of slavery, Lucifer here means liberation. This follows the ancient radical doctrine of Gnosticism, which saw the physical universe as an oppressive illusion, and Lucifer the angel who rebelled against God. As the hero attempting to restore imprisoned souls through knowledge, the Greek word gnosis means knowledge. The name Lucifer means lightbringer. The devil initiates the last group of 7 cards. Though he usually symbolizes oppression, we also think of him as signifying hidden desires, fears, and other darkness within ourselves. If we wish to go to the deepest levels of the tarot in our own lives, we must face these things and bring them into light. Neither the Hierophant nor the devil has any astrological attribution. We can understand both more deeply if we ponder what connection this implies between them. And, of course, like, Dream Morpheus is the Hierophant in this deck as well. Like, I really think it's interesting, and, like, some of the cards, like, for instance, like, in the Minors, too, and, like, Temperance is an interesting one, because Temperance is, Delirium. Remember correctly, it's Delirium, right? Yeah. Yes, it's Delirium, which is another one of the, siblings. And which is like the opposite of Temperance, but in a sense, like, cause like it's got the whole, like when you have an opposite, it makes sense with the actual thing too. I mean, that's how I did it when I made my all-time low tarot. Like, I didn't have no song that literally meant temperance, but I did have a song where things were just too much, too much, too much. Literally, it's too much is kind of in the song a bit too much too. If you didn't know what song it was, it's too much. But yeah, I thought the whole book was like really, I just thought it was really good. Like, I really liked it, and I really like this deck. So like, I'm just gonna shut up I've rambled on. I'm just putting it back in its sleeves, so I can put the book back over here. If I can freaking get it in. There we go. Oh, go in. God darn it. There we go. It's in. Okay, so the other deck that I crossed off on my wish list I don't know how long it was in my Etsy wish list for, but I know I had my eye on it for at least half a year. If not, like, maybe, like, I don't know, at least half a year. Like, I had my eye on it. But I didn't get it. Like, it was kind of always in stock. So, like, I was like, you know, like, I can get it later. You know, like, I can go ahead and get this one other deck now, you know? And then, like, it went out of stock. And I was like, shit. You know, so then I couldn't get it for my birthday. So then, like, the last bit of my birthday money, it came back in stock and I got it. And, like, I'm happy I did because it's, like, I haven't read, like, literally, I wasn't reading really much in November and December, so I really haven't used it too much yet. But, like, I really like this deck. Like, I really like the guidebook, too, which, like, you get as a download and you can, like, print it off the site. But this is the Mythological Abstractions Tarot, which I can't remember exactly who it's by. Crap. On Etsy, though. I got it on Etsy, like. I can't spell. Video Unit 12 is who sells it on Etsy, which there's currently 2 available, and it's in 6 people's cards. Good to know. But yeah, like, I really like this. I really like the guidebook too. Like, every single card is a character from Greek mythology. So I first got the Mythic Tarot because this one was out of stock. And, like, I like that one. But, like, I really like how this one was done. And some of them are similar when it comes to the majors, but, like, there's, like, some differences. I know, in that deck, for instance, the High Priestess is Persephone. And in this deck, Persephone is actually Death. And the High Priestess is actually Athena. And one thing that I really liked about this deck was how Athena there is the High Priestess, Apollo is the Magician, and then Themis, who's the other god that I worship and follow, you know, is Justice, which obviously makes sense. She's the Titaness of natural law and order, you know. But she's actually in this, you know, and it was like, my bangs don't want to cooperate. But yeah, the art is, oh crap, actually, let me go back. I really like how the creator phrased it. If your aesthetic is a drunk Picasso flipping through a Greek mythology textbook, then this is the tarot deck for you. I was like, okay, like, it's the artwork, which looks like this, like, is probably one of the more different ones that I've just seen and obviously, like, have, like, because it's got the whole cubism going on, you know, like it said Picasso, you know, but imagine he's drunk and he's flipping through some Greek mythology books, like, and these are the backs, which are just the name. But yeah, like, I remember when I did, like, the interview for this deck, like, it was like, yo, I'm quirky. In fact, there's one card, I don't know what card it is, because I don't remember what character it is either. I just remember, like, they've got, like, a tattoo that says Quack. And, like, oh my god, the lovers is Hyacinth and Apollo, and it's like, yes. Oh, here it is. It's Phantassos? I don't know how to pronounce anything. But, yeah, there's just, it's like a penguin saying Quack. And this one was one of the cards that came up in it. And I was like, this deck's great. Oh, there's Apollo. Yeah, it's just an interesting deck. And I'm happy to actually have it. Oh, there's Athena. But yeah, and then, like, the actual, like, guidebooks, some good stuff, too. Like, I have that over at my altar right now, so I can't grab it. I grabbed the deck, but I didn't grab the printed off paper. But yeah, and it even came with its own bag, which I thought was cool, which I then put in another bag. Because I don't really care for drawstring bags. I figured that the colors, this is quirky enough. Which I got this from, oh crap, I don't remember which lady it was at the Sewing Guild. But we make Christmas gifts. And we have to make like one for each person. And then, you know, like during our last meeting, it's only for the one group. And then they like hand them out, and this one was one of them. And then my Nana didn't want the other one, so she didn't want her. So I don't remember where I put it, but she gave me hers because she's like, I don't use small bags, and I'm like, I do, because I have many tarot decks and oracle decks. I can always use another bag because then I don't have to make another. Although I usually make most of my bags. But yeah, like, those were the 2 decks that I finally crossed off my wish list. And then the deck that I use the most, it's really no surprise, I even mentioned it in, I think, the day 1 video, but it's the Justice League Tarot. Because, like, what? Of course it's my most used. Like, this is my go-to deck. Like, it's like, this is my soul. This is me. This is my... It is my best friend, you know. Which, I know one thing that's really cool about these 2 decks. Because like I said, like, this is the Vertigo Tarot. It's DC Vertigo, and this is the Justice League Tarot. They do actually have a character in common. And I need to read with both of these in readings more. I've only read them in one reading together so far, and that was for my, year spread. But they both do actually have a character, so, like, when it comes up in both of these, I'm gonna think it's gonna be so interesting, because in the Vertigo Tarot, Constantine's the Fool, which makes sense, and then the Justice League Tarot, he's the Magician, which also makes a lot of sense. And it'll be very curious to see if these were to come up in a reading with each other, because they're like literally the same character. But yeah, like, Justice League, of course I used it the most. Why wouldn't I use it the most? Like, this is, you know. I mean, I don't know if I can even find, like, my husband. Like, where is my husband? There's my husband. That was easy. My husband. Nightwing. The Knight of Cups. Which is, like, the reason why I had to have this deck. But yeah, like, this is my deck, so, yeah, Avi, that's why I use it the most. And the Vertigo, I need to use it a bit more. Right now, since I'm finally actually doing daily draws again, and my weekly draws, I still gotta write my monthly down, but I did do that one too. And of course I did my year. I'm doing it again, you know, since I'm trying to use my planner. Oh my god, my hair. Since I'm trying to, like, use my planner again. Got it all started up. I was like, this is how it's going to be into the new year. I'm going to try to actually be organized. But I did get, like, a new Oracle deck literally on the 2nd, so I kept, like, pulling cards from that one, which is the Wisdom of... Just watch me drop things. The Wisdom of Avalon Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. I don't drop things. Did I drop something else? Oh, there it is. Dropped another Oracle deck and a mini deck. Don't fall. Don't fall. You gotta stay, you know? I can't have a video, though, unless I drop something, but... Yeah, I should probably start doing some more pulls and stuff in my weekly readings with the Vertigo, because the Vertigo, like... The reason I wanted it so much was because I just looked at it, and I'm like, oh, God. Like, and then I hold it, and I'm like, oh, God. You know, like... Literally, like, it's still not the Justice League, but at the same time, like, you can have more than one BFF. Like, literally, like, so. Yeah, the Vertigo is another one that's, you know, obviously probably not as much as the Justice League, since, you know, first deck, we've been through some stuff, you know, but Vertigo Tarot. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Those are the 2 days. I rambled. I wasn't like, I don't freaking script anything. I just have my You good? You getting the water out? I have to refill their water soon. They still have some, but gotta refill it before bed tonight. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I ramble though. And I'm already feeling kind of tired, which makes me ramble more. But yeah. Anyway, that was pretty much it. The 2 decks I got off my wish list were the Vertigo Tarot and the Mythical Abstractions Tarot. And honestly, I have no idea what decks will be crossed off, like, you know, like the wish list, you know, like, because I don't really keep wish lists. I just kind of have, like, I kind of want this one, this one, and this one. And then, you know, in a different mood, I'll probably be like, I want this one, this one, this one, you know. So I don't really keep wish lists, but yeah, I can't really think of any, like, decks that would have to be, like, big buys for Christmas or birthday or something, or me saving up for this year's. I don't know what this question would be like in the following year. Since it's like, I got it. I got it. Like, it's even as old as me. And I got the Dragon Age Tarot, and I have, of course, my Justice League Tarot, and even a backup, completely still in its case, backup copy / collector's copy. So I have no idea what I would answer with this question next year. Like, I think it would probably be nice to have a, I know the name of it, why can't I think of it? Baba Studios. I think it'd be nice to have a Baba Studios deck, but, like, I'm not, like, craving it, you know? But who knows? I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it, so. Anyway, I have no idea what that was. I was trying to do my sound. Anyway, I'm Jess from Aro-Tarot, and that was day 6 and 7 of Ethony's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge for 2019. And I'm logging off now before I keep blabbering further, so